Hey, what is up guys, GuitarRock here, Happy New Year. Alright, so it's 2025 right now, at the time of me recording this video. Might be still 2024 for some of you guys, but if you guys are watching this late, Happy New Year to all of you guys. Hope you guys will have a wonderful year ahead. This particular New Year, we're starting off with Rapi Red Hood. How strong is she? She's a very complex character. She's going to be able to serve as a burst 1 character or burst 3 character. So there's going to be a lot of things to talk about in terms of where she's going to be good at. And if you're a new player looking to play Nikke right now, is she a good character to obtain? So all of these factors gathered, let's talk about where she shines, where she's strong at, etc. Let's jump into the video. Alright, 3 daily gacha attempts. 320. Okay, 200 somewhere in the middle, not bad, not bad. Alright, 200, we take those. 150. Okay, I didn't get 320. How many of you guys got 320? Alright, I'm just here to one tap, alright? It's that simple. New year, new luck. Okay? Guys, remember she is 1%. Okay? And I know 1% means, alright, it's very, very low. Come on. 1%. Alright, it's still not there? Still not there yet? Okay, that's fine, I'll take it. 1. Okay, 4% pass. How about 1%? 1%? ELYSION, wait, is it ELYSION? No!
Is someone there?
No, wrong one. Okay guys, that was the wrong one. Unfortunate. Okay, one of the worst character in the game. Okay, 4%. But can I get the 1%? Come on. Okay.
Please.
ELYSION.
If you want to be with
What
me,
is wrong with this banner? Does ELYSION has higher rates now? The next one is gonna be it, guys. Believe. 1%. Oh, come on. Is the luck that bad? Why can't I one tap anything? Okay, we gotta use gems now. Fake out! Alright, that's fine. Okay, next one. Okay, is this it? Okay, still not it. Okay, the next one. It's gotta be here. 1%. Curse banner. I think a lot of people are pulling right now, alright? That's just what it is. Alright. Okay, where's the 1%? Okay, that's a little bit rigged if you ask me, alright? It's been so long, where is it? Guys, it's been 10 years, where is it? Okay, still not it. Yo, Professor Denny, thanks.
Professor Denny,
1%.
We must believe in the 1%.
Okay, true. Wait, what? Fake out, no fake out. Okay, look at this. Okay, alright. It's here. 2 right here. Okay, it's all the way at the end for whatever reason. Now, is that it though? Is that what we're looking for? We're looking for ELYSION.
I may be enough.
ELYSION? No, come on. Alright. It's not looking good. This is why you don't try to spend too much on 1%. Okay, we need to beat the 4% first. Fake out. Okay. This is a lot of gems, man. How many pulls have I done? Okay, what is this? Alright. So the next one has to be it, right? Because every 30 pulls you're supposed to get one. Alright. 1%. It has to be this one, alright? Alright. We'll see. Is this finally it, guys? Can the nightmare finally ends? ELYSION again. What is happening?
How about you let me give you some tea?
Also, what is the coincidence that every single character that I've put so far is ELYSION? I've been getting every single 4 ELYSIONs in a row. Okay, it's here. Come on. Alright. Okay, no more ELYSION. This is it, right? This is it. No way we're not getting it. 1%. Okay. ELYSION again. Yes! Finally!
Counting on you,
Finally,
Commander.
so it switched at the end to an overspec symbol. Alright, after 6 elisions or 5, I don't even know. We finally got her. Alright, the pulls were insane. Alright, that was one of the worst one I've ever done. Regardless, let's talk about her skill kit. Alright, we're gonna jump into what she is capable of, because some of you guys might not be aware that Rapi can be a burst 1 or a burst 3. So in terms of skill priority, in my opinion, I think the skill 2 is going to be the most important one. Now let's start off with skill 1 first, alright? Not confuse anyone here. Okay, so at the start of battle, she basically will determine if she will be a burst 1 or burst 3. Now, if you have other burst 1 characters in the battle, then she will automatically can only enter burst 3. She cannot be burst 1. The only exception is Red Hood, because Red Hood is going to be like a flexible burst 1, burst 2, burst 3. Then in that case, you can do that. But if there's any other burst 1 character, for example, you put Dorothy there or Lita there, she can only be burst 3. You cannot choose her as an option to burst 1. So that's going to be something to consider if you are, if you want her to be a dedicated burst 1 character, you cannot bring other burst 1 character into the battle, except for Red Hood, because she is a bit different, right? So as you can see, this is going to affect a lot of things. She has very good CDR. Alright, cooldown of burst skill decreased by 7.48 seconds. Attack damage increased by 8%. Alright, if all allies in combat assist status when entering full burst. So this is going to occur when she is in burst 1 situation. However, if she's not in burst 1 situation, then she gets this, right? Every time she enters full burst, her own attack increased by 95%. Alright, this is going to affect herself. And damage to interruption parts right here increased by 48%. So depending on what you're toggling her in. Now the skill 2 is going to be her main DPS kit. So ideally, I highly recommend you guys to prioritize this particular skill if you are going to build her, right? So you can see, number 1, she is going to be very unique. She has double element in terms of her elemental advantage. She can also do, she's a fire type, so fire type is going to do good against wind enemies, and she can also do strong against electric code enemies. Now if you're confused, just think of Rapi as a rendition of Red Hood. Red Hood is an iron type, right? So just think of her as a fire and iron. Alright, so she is going to be good against, fire is good against wind, iron is good against electric. So in case you guys are confused, right? Now there's this particular skill where she's going to basically do attachment damage that explodes, and this is going to be something that can trigger additional damage. And one more thing is activation of 120 normal attacks. She is going to launch this projectile and do damage that explodes in a relatively small AoE, I would say, that basically occurs every time you empty out the 120 normal attacks. Now her burst skill is going to depend on you being burst 1 or burst 3. So if you are burst 1, then cooldown of burst skill decrease by 20 seconds, explosion radius increase, affects all allies, get boost attack increase by 18%, decent, alright. When you're using her in burst 3, a lot of damage right here, 2800%, and she's going to do explosion radius and projectile attachment damage. She's going to increase even more. Let's talk about both her potential as being a burst 1 or as being a burst 3. Okay, let's see then. So this is going to be Red Hood burst. So Red Hood is bursting here. So if Rapi is bursting here, so we got equal burst. They both have equal amount of burst. Because we start off with, okay. The explosion damage is kind of interesting, but I think it might be something that you need to figure out against an AoE scenario, right?
The party isn't over yet, is it?
Alright guys, who is stronger, guys? Okay, she might be the Red Hood killer. Uh-oh. So far she's looking good. Damage is looking as insane as it gets. So let's compare Rapi with SBS and Alice. So we get a gauge right there. So one burst rotation, SBS does more. With Alice, of course. But then to be fair, this combo is pretty much inseparable. Who shall come out ahead? Okay. So Scarlet Black Shadow with Alice apparently still is going to be a little bit better. Very, very interesting, alright? So does this mean Rapi Red Hood is bad? No, I don't think so. I think she's quite balanced. I actually like it. She doesn't power creep any of the pilgrims that we have. She doesn't destroy any of the pilgrims that we have. She is an alternative to a lot of pilgrims. She is pretty much a pilgrim level character. Okay, I'm gonna do one more testing with Cinderella, alright? Is it fine to pull for fun rather than for meta? I have the most meta, like Little Crown, Cinderella and Modernia. Well, it depends on you, right? I don't know why you play Nikke for. Because some people play Nikke for the purpose of gooning. Gooner game! Alright? But some people, like me, we are in the hardcore Union Esports Top 100 C server. We are serious, alright? We don't play around, we don't goon around, right? We actually are serious hardcore players. So it depends on you. Are you a serious player? Are you a casual gooner? Like, what are you? I don't know who you are. But if you want to play for non-meta, you want to play for the lollies, play for the lollies. Alright? Okay, let's see. Compared to Cinderella, Cinderella is still way stronger. Yeah, Cinderella is still way stronger. Against bosses, nobody can beat Cinderella. Like, if you're looking to fight bosses in particular. Now, this is on neutral, right? So we are fighting on neutral. Obviously, if Rapi has the elemental advantage, sure, Rapi might... even then Rapi might just even out, depending on how much of the overload gear stats you have, right? Depending, right? But Cinderella is really hard to beat against like a single boss, right? She's very, very strong in that sense. Okay, let's find out. Against the strongest character in the game. Asuka! Alright, who is better, guys?
As long as we're together, I will
So,
never fall.
they are all 3 fire types. They all burst except for Modernia. Modernia didn't burst, alright? Rapi Red Hood versus Asuka. Look at that! Asuka destroyed. Okay, so let's talk about the top pilgrims right now. In terms of the raw damage against bosses, Scarlet Black Shadow out-damages Rapi Red Hood. In her own team, where I put her with Alice together, you can see she outperforms Rapi Red Hood. This is 2.5 billion. Rapi Red Hood with Asuka in the same team only gets up to 1.7 billion. Alright, so however, when I took out Modernia right here and I decided to put Naga right here, you can see Rapi increased a little bit in damage, 2.3 billion. Still being a little bit behind in terms of Scarlet Black Shadow's strength. Not that much of a difference, but Scarlet Black Shadow still outperforms. But when we compare to Cinderella against single bosses, it's not even close. Cinderella's team is just insane right now because of the nature of how Swimsuit Anis is there. But this is like testing them in their best possible team composition right now. Alright, so if you're looking to build Rapi Red Hood, the best team that you can build her with is going to be Little Crown, Rapi Red Hood, Asuka, and Naga. Now, some of you guys might not have Asuka because she's a collect character. Totally understand that, but she is going to be very strong because she buffs fire type characters. If you don't have Asuka, you can consider using Red Hood. Now, Red Hood's damage is going to put her a little bit behind. You can see she definitely does a little bit damage. So therefore, that's going to be that, right? But this is going to be, probably for now, the best Rapi Red Hood team. Still, she falls short a little bit behind the best Cinderella team and the best Scarlet Black Shadow team. Now, with that out of the way, so we know that Scarlet Black Shadow and Cinderella is still going to be better than Rapi Red Hood against bosses. So she's probably like around 3rd place right now, in my opinion, after testing her against bosses. Let's talk about Rapi Red Hood versus Red Hood. So is she actually better than Red Hood? Because if you test both of them out in bosses in the shooting range, alright, the boss have core, alright, and that's going to be something that you will notice that she outperforms Red Hood by a mile. But once you start bringing her into campaign stages and you start bringing her into certain bosses, for example, I try her against Altisin, the train boss, which has parts, Red Hood outdamages her in those scenarios. So I'm going to say they are kind of equal in that sense.
This outfit is a real drag. Under the light of the kingdom, oh, Shani.
Fire at will! Need more ammo.
How's heavy?
Reloading.
Let's finish this quickly.
Loading. Need more ammo. Time up. How do I look? Sexy, perhaps? Ahead! Fire at will!
Interesting. This outfit is a
If there's parts, then Red Hood will outperform. just because of how Red Hood is designed, right? But if you fight, let's go to campaign, alright? Yeah, in campaign, I think Red Hood is better. So you guys can see, Rapi Red Hood 38 million, regular Red Hood 48 million. 1 burst rotation in campaign, specifically, right? So I'm guessing in a lot of AoE scenario, she doesn't feel, I feel like Rapi Red Hood shines more in single target, right? She doesn't shine in multiple AoE scenarios. So I don't think she beats Modernia in a lot of situations if there's too many enemies. So that's what I'm trying to conclude as well regarding her strength. So she's still going to excel at bosses, I guess. I honestly think she is pretty strong with all of these perks that she has. She's not the strongest DPS right now, but at the same time, she also has 2 elemental damage advantage, and she can also be used in 2 separate towers, which is ELYSION Tower and of course the Pilgrim Overspec Tower. So I think this sort of like balances it out in terms of her strength overall. And of course, you can also use her Burst 1 and Burst 3. Speaking of which, let's show you guys how she performs as a Burst 1 character compared to Litter, the best Burst 1 character right now. Okay, is she a better Burst 1 than she is a Burst 3? Let's find out. So she outdamaged Litter right here in terms of the numbers. Total score, this one gets more, alright, you can see right here. This one is a little, this is like 5%, 10%, right? Okay, doesn't matter. So let's focus on the numbers. So let's look at our DPS. Quincy escaped Queen. So we got 455 with Rapi here. With Litter, we get way more. So Litter seems to be a better buffer. Ludmilla, Winter Owner, 394. But with Litter, we get... it's about the same, right? How about Modernia? A bit more with Litter, but Rapi's damage out-damage Litter's damage, which makes sense, right? Because Rapi is a DPS. So which makes this goes a bit higher. I would say she's about the same, right? Because Litter still provides kind of insane buff. I can do more testing with different team. And you know what? Let's try it in a Scarlet Black Shadow and Alice team. And then see the consistency right there. The Scarlet Black Shadow Alice, we're comparing Litter as Burst 1 and Rapi Red Hood as Burst 1. So if you see right here, this is with Litter, right? So let's look at SPS first. 801. Yeah, Litter is a way better buffer, man. You see Scarlet Black Shadow doesn't get as much damage, but the damage here is about the same because she herself do a lot of damage. So I guess that substitutes it a little bit, but Litter is still a better buffer. Both Alice and SBS gets more damage when I use Litter, right? Not just one character. Alright, I don't think this justifies, but I guess she is an option. I'm not saying that she's bad. She's not bad. She's still pretty good, but she doesn't replace Litter. She's on par with Litter, I guess, because she can do decent damage, right? I guess in the right scenario, if she has a lot of, you know, if the boss she has the elemental advantage against the boss, maybe she can be a significantly improved version. If you're not looking for the main team, if you're looking for team 3, team 4, because Rapi can probably compete with volume. Rapi can probably compete with so we got D Killer Wife, probably will still be pretty decent, and then Rouge is probably still there with Cinderella. So Rapi can be like a fourth or fifth team if you want to use her as Burst 1. But I think Burst 3 is where she's at personally, right? Now one more thing that I forgot to mention is also Litter still has the ability to repair the cover. This is going to be something that's extremely rare. Depending on whether you need this or not, depending on the boss, right? So if you are looking to tackle campaign, this repair cover can definitely help you a little bit if you are pairing her with Crown, because Crown gives shield and then you can repair cover, so you have extra defensive capability to be able to sustain yourself, alright? So Rapi doesn't really give you that in particular, she just gives CDR and also a little bit of extra damage. Now all in all, they are both in par in terms of Burst 1. If you're looking for the best Burst 1 character right now, then Rapi Red Hood might be one of the top ones right now. Now I can see her shine in the Pilgrim Tower. Overspec Tower, you use her as a Burst 1, that's going to be where she replaces Dorothy right there. If you don't have Dorothy, she's going to be very, very strong right there. But in campaign, I can still see in some situations, Litter can still come out ahead with overall the cover repair. This might be still useful in a lot of high deficit scenarios. Now, how should you build her? Alright, I've gone through her teams earlier. There's going to be she's quite flexible depending on whether you use her as burst 1, if you use her as burst 3. So if you're using her as burst 3, Asuka or Rei, if you have those collab characters, those are going to buff fire type characters, and sadly those two are going to be collab exclusive. If you don't have those, then you can just use any other character like Red Hood just to parry her. There's not going to be extra synergy with Red Hood, but you know, you have that option. In terms of the build, you ideally want to go for attack percent, you want to go for elemental damage dealt. That's going to help her a ton because she is going to be able to do a lot of damage. And also, if you can, try to go for a little bit of max ammo capacity for the overload gears just to get a little bit of extra bullets since she is going to be a machine gun character. In terms of skill 2 priority, like I mentioned, skill 2 over skill 1, the burst skill, you know, that's still going to be quite important. Cube, Bastion Cube is probably going to be one of the best choice. If you guys haven't used that already, that's going to be one of the better ones. Highly recommend Bastion Cube for sure. So yeah, overall, I am pretty happy and satisfied with Rapi Red Hood. I can see why some people were expecting like insane power creep. Again, if you do not want to pull her, that's fine. Alright, you can still wait until her banner goes away and you can try to obtain her via the wishlist system that is available to us right now. I think she's a solid unit. Alright, definitely going to be a solid unit. I'm just going to get one copy and hopefully get the remaining ones from the wishlist later on. So yeah, with that being said, that's going to be it for this particular video, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed it. It's a rather long one, but I hope you guys are able to grasp her entire concept and where I'm coming from in testing her in comparison to other Nikkes. 2024 was an amazing year, so hopefully look forward to more Nikke videos on the channel. Alright, I'm going to go get some rest. With that being said, subscribe, give this video a like. I'll see you guys in the next one. Have a nice day. Goodbye.